Hi guys, Yuri here again. Today is going to be a bit of a different video. Usually, most people that watch my channel watch for the openings that I do, but I think it's interesting to sometimes do something different as well. Plus, it saves me a little bit of money sometimes as well. But this is going to be a tier list, and it's going to be a bit different than what you probably usually will see from most PokeTubers or whatever. Most of us have seen some of these tier lists. We're gonna do 4 tier lists. It's all gonna be on the Sword and Shield sets. The first one is going to be my top favorite sets. A tier list for my favorite sets in Sword and Shield. And rank all the sets according to which one is my favorite. Of course, opinions will differ, so let me know in the comment section down below which would you rank top favorite for your personal tier list. Then the second one is gonna be which one to invest in, a tier list for investments regarding these sets, and specifically sealed products. This is gonna be only for sealed products, not for just slabs and individual cards. And then the third tier list is gonna be which set is more fun to open. A tier list for that. That's gonna be very interesting. I mean, that's all in my opinion, of course. So you can always let me know what your opinion is in the comment section down below. And then the fourth tier list is gonna be if you're opening these sets, which one are you probably going to get the most value out of? Which will give you the most bang for your buck if you open these sets? On average, of course. Like, sometimes you can be lucky, sometimes unlucky, but on average. So let's start off with a tier list for my favorite Sword and Shield sets. And we're gonna go chronologically from old to new. At least I think it's basically sorted from old to new. At least I try to. If it's not perfect, then I'm sorry, but it is what it is. We're gonna start with Sword and Shield base. I mean, I don't care at all for this set, to be honest. I have not opened a lot for it because it doesn't really interest me. And the packs that I did open were not exciting at all. So to me, this is trash. I will not invest in this set whatsoever. And like, there's not really a lot of chase cards in it. I think the top chase, isn't it like the Marnie, whatever? Is it like 30 euros or dollars, whatever? Sometimes price is different between Europe and the States, and that's gonna also play a role in some of the other tier lists. But Sword and Shield to me is kind of trash. Rebel Clash, also sometimes called Rebel Trash. Well, there's no other place to put it than trash, in my opinion. Same thing here. It's a similar story with this set, in my opinion. Top chase is Boss's Orders, I think, or is it the? I don't know whether the Snorlax and Eevee card is it right? Is it in base set or in Rebel Clash, whatever? I think that's the second most valuable card out of one of the two sets. I don't remember, but either way, both sets don't really have top chase cards. Not a good experience for me. I don't really like these sets. Then we got Champion's Path. I have not really opened a lot of Champion's Path. I think, did I open 2 ETBs? One or 2 ETBs? I think one. I think only one, actually. And it was, I don't think it was trash, but it was a bit underwhelming. At least I didn't know it's not the greatest set around. It was a bit underwhelming, but not trash. Then we got Darkness Ablaze. If you watched a couple of my videos, you might know that Darkness Ablaze is my least favorite Sword and Shield set, so this goes into trash. I don't like the set. The top chase is a Charizard, but it's not valuable at all. It's like 25 euros. I don't know. And there's not a lot of other chases in it. I don't have a lot of luck with this set in general, so I don't like this set at all. So for me, that's trash. The early part of Sword and Shield is not really my thing, as you can see. Then we got Vivid Voltage. Well, Vivid Voltage, to me, is a bit Underwhelming. I kind of like that there is the amazing rares with like the rainbow pattern on it. But it's still a bit underwhelming. The only chase card basically is the Pikachu, Rainbow Pikachu. Aside from that, there's not a lot of other cards that people are like really want from this set, me included. I'm not even really chasing the Pikachu, to be honest. But yeah, you have the amazing rares that give a little bit more to this set, I think, but still pretty underwhelming. Then we got Shining Fates. Similar story here. If you know, you have Hidden Fates, Shining Fates, Paldean Fates, all these shiny sets from recent years. Shining Fates is by far the least popular, I think. There's practically no value in it except for the top chase, which is also a Charizard. But all the other cards or baby shinies, full arts, whatever, are still pretty underwhelming. A lot of people don't really like the baby shinies because they're all new Pokemon. There's so many new Pokemon and not a lot of older Pokemon. And to me, it's a bit of it's underwhelming, like it says. Then we got Battle Styles. Battle Styles, in my opinion, is not too bad. I kind of like it. Not enough to really say I like it, but it's okay to me. And a lot of people that I see online really don't like this set. Some people really say it's their least favorite set out of the Sword and Shield era, which I kind of I don't agree with that. I kind of like it. There's alternate arts in it, and I actually like the alternate arts that are in that, even though they're probably not the most popular, like with the Urshifus. Four out of the 6 alternate arts are Urshifus, but I kind of like those, so it's not too bad in my opinion. Then we got Celebrations. No, sorry. First we got Chilling Reign, and I like this set a lot. I really love this set. It has a lot of alt arts in it, and I like the art on them a lot. I really love the art on those cards. I think I've said it before probably, but like compared to Evolving Skies, I think Chilling Reign has the quote unquote cooler arts in the alt arts in general. So I really love this set. I had a bit of good luck with this set as well, so that plays along in this too. So yeah, I really love that set. Evolving Skies, who doesn't love Evolving Skies, right? As a set, who doesn't love Evolving Skies? There's so much value in it. There's a ton of value in Chilling Reign as well, but in Evolving Skies, there's so much value in all these top chases. It's ridiculous. And I love a lot of these cards. Of course, there's Rayquazas in it. If you don't know, Rayquaza is my favorite Pokemon of all time, so that helps it as well. But yeah, it's by far the most popular set in the recent years. So yeah, love this set in general. Like, love it. Then we got Celebrations. And I think it's not too bad. At first, when I started collecting again, Celebrations was, to me, very exciting, actually, because it had a lot of reprints of older cards. Of course, we're talking about the base set Venusaur, Charizard, and Blastoise. But there's also some other old cards from later sets, later generations. But yeah, I like the concept of that. There's less cards in the packs. Of course, there's only 4 cards, but there's a mixture of other packs in the Celebrations products. So I kind of like the concept. Plus, it's 25th anniversary. I think it's not too bad for that. I do recognize that the 20th anniversary generations is probably loved a bit more. And definitely when we look at the cards in the English version of Celebrations of the 25th anniversary, you have the big Pikachu stamp on that. I do prefer the Japanese 25th anniversary cards. I do. But this is not a Japanese tier list, so Celebrations goes, for me, and not too bad. Then we got Fusion Strike. I really like Fusion Strike. I like Fusion Strike, but not as much as Chilling Reign and Evolving Skies. You have, of course, the Gengar, which I do love. I think Espeon is my favorite. Espeon VMAX is my favorite card out of the entire set. Besides that, there's not too much. I love the Celebi too. I like the Celebi. There's the Mew, but aside from that, there's not a lot for me to be that excited for, I should say. There's a lot more cards in Chilling Reign and Evolving Skies that I think are so nice. So yeah, Fusion Strike for me, I like it. It's not my top pick though. Then we got, which one is it? Brilliant Stars. The first set with the Trainer Gallery. I love this set. I love this set. And I've gotten some good luck with it. It's not always been that way, but I have gotten some good cards from that. There's tons of nice art in the set. There's of course the Chase card, the Charizard in the alt arts, but there's some other nice ones like the Arceus. You also have the Trainer Gallery, Umbreon, Sylveon, Mimikyu, I believe. There's some other really nice cards in there. So I really like this set, and it's a lot of fun to open because we have this Trainer Gallery as well in the reverse hollow slot. Sometimes, possibly. Then we got Astral Radiance. I actually like this even more than Brilliant Stars, but not to say to put it in the favorite category. Just below, I'd say. It's probably on the top of love this set tier list. Yeah, but Astral Radiance, in my opinion, this is my favorite of the Trainer Gallery sets. There's also, instead of 4 alt arts, there's 6 alt arts. Because in Brilliant Stars, you only have 4. Same thing in Lost Origin and Silver Tempest. And Astral Radiance, you have 6. There's a bit more of a chase. I really love the Trainer Gallery as well. So, yeah, there you have it. Astral Radiance. Then we got Pokemon Go. A lot of people don't really like this set. I think it's one of the worst. I don't really agree with that for some reason. I do agree that they released this in a really bad time. Like the timing of this release was so bad. They should have released this years earlier when Pokemon Go boomed as a game, but they did not. So for me, Pokemon Go, it's actually not too bad. I really enjoy this set. I think like it's unique. There's some unique parts in that. You have of course the 3 Radiants being the Kanto starters. Then you have of course the Ditto, that you have these peelable reverse hollow cards in the Numel, the Bidoof, Spinarak, whatever. That's a really nice concept, I think. That's really unique. You don't see that in any other set, I think. You also have 2 alt arts, and the Mewtwo is really nice in my opinion. You have the Conkeldurr, also a nice art, I think. There's just not a lot of value in it. You have some nice rainbows, some nice gold cards. So I think it's actually a pretty decent set. I should actually pretty much say I like it. It is not. It's not on the same level as. I do kind of like it. I don't know. It's like hovering between these parts, I'd say. Yeah. But then we got Lost Origin. Well, I like Lost Origin, but not as much as Brilliant Stars and Astral Radiance when it comes to the Trainer Gallery sets. And if you watch my videos on Lost Origin openings, you might know why. It's just my luck on it has not been too great, let's say. But it doesn't mean the set is bad. I like the set a lot. I do like the cards in Brilliant Stars and Astral Radiance just a tad bit more. I'm just gonna move Pokemon Go to not too bad, because I do feel like Lost Origin, Fusion Strike, I do like these better than Pokemon Go. But whatever. So Lost Origin, of course, you have the Giratina, Aerodactyl, you have the Rotom, and you have the Berserker alt arts. You have some gold cards, some Trainer Gallery Pikachus and whatever, but I don't know. It's just, for me, it's just a little below Brilliant Stars, Astral Radiance, and the other sets right here. Then we got Silver Tempest. I really like this one as well. Like maybe a tad less than Brilliant Stars and Astral Radiance, but just a little bit more than Lost Origins. So just enough to be on the love this set tier. The only one that we got left for this tier list is Crown Zenith. This is my favorite set. Now, not just from Sword and Shield, but in general. And if you've seen some of my openings, you probably know that already. Crown Zenith is just... I love that set. It's just my favorite set. And you're going to see it probably a couple of times more today. Really up there in the tier list. But that is when it comes to my favorite Sword and Shield sets. By the way I'm organizing this, it's not because Chilling Reign is at the beginning of this row that I like it more than Astral Radiance, for example. I'm not ranking these ones individually. It's just these are chronologically throughout the era, let's say. But it's not that I don't like Astral Radiance more than Chilling Reign, because I do. But it is what it is. So this is the first tier list. Let's go over to the second one. Now, when it comes to this tier, we're going to look which ones are the best to invest in. And that does not mean which sets are going to be the most expensive within a couple of years, because without a question, that will be Evolving Skies. It is, and the gap is so wide, it would not be a competition. It would be on the top. But that's not what we're going to do. We're going to check out which ones are the best to invest right now. And specifically in my case, where I live in Belgium/Europe, most of the times prices are comparable to the United States, but it's not always the same. Some of the sets over here are at a higher price than they are in the United States. Some of them are still available at a cheaper price, so it will be maybe a little bit different over here than it is in the United States. Also, when we're talking about investments, this is not a short-term play. This is about watching 5 to 10 years or even longer into the future, but at least 5, I would say. So if we're doing that, I'm already gonna say there's none of these where you are going to lose money, I think. If you're looking 5 years in the future or more, I don't think that you're going to lose money on any of these. So this tier is gonna be empty. I'm just gonna say it already. But then we're gonna start off with Sword and Shield base. And I'm gonna say your money is better spent elsewhere. Thing is, this set has not done bad when it comes value-wise. But because of that, I don't really think it's gonna raise that drastically anymore compared to the other sets on this list. So I think there's better places to spend your money. Of course, you could argue that investments could also be better spent elsewhere, but whatever, right? I think Sword and Shield is in this is going to be in the lowest tier that I'm going to put these sets. Over here in Europe, the booster boxes I only find it between 300 and 400 euros. So nah, I'm not going to give that to a base set Sword and Shield. I'd much rather spend 400 euros on 2 booster boxes of like Chilling Reign or Lost Origin, whatever. But okay, then we got Rebel Clash. Same thing here. I find it to be... I find this set booster box between 250, almost 300 in Europe here. I don't find them a lot cheaper than that. And I don't think it's worth investing in compared to some of the other sets here. So I think it's better spent elsewhere. Then we got Champion's Path. I'm also going to be putting it here. The ETB, of course, this is a specialty set, which means that the ETB is probably going to be the most investable / popular product of this set. And this ETB is already not cheap. It's like, over here, it's like around 85 to 95 euros at best. Sometimes a lot more expensive even. I would not say it's worth investing in that because I don't think it's gonna increase very rapidly in price. So I'd say money better spent elsewhere. Darkness Ablaze, actually the same thing. I see that over in the United States, this booster box goes for around like $150, I think, which is actually a pretty okay price considering how old the set is. But over here, you don't find them at this price. I haven't found them really under 200. And to me, that is not worth it for Darkness Ablaze. Even 150. I would not pay 150 for Darkness Ablaze. It's just my least favorite set. But yeah, under 200, I don't know. I can't find them really, and I'm not going to spend $200 euros on a booster box of Darkness Ablaze. So yeah, those four belong in that category. Then we got Vivid Voltage. I would say it's a meh investment. I don't find them really cheap. I think like maybe between 150 and 200 sometimes. I can see it maybe doing a little bit towards the future, nothing too crazy. So it's just above this tier, I'd say. Vivid Voltage, it has the Pikachu going for it. It has some amazing rares. Yeah, so not much better than the other ones, but just enough to go into meh investments, in my opinion. Then we got Shining Fates, and I think it's also your money is better spent elsewhere. It's not that it's not fun to open, in my opinion. It's just there's no value really to it, except if you get the Charizard, but it's probably from all the ETBs that I have, the least compelling one. It doesn't really look compelling. It's not a beautiful box. The promo is nothing too special in my opinion in there. The set itself is pretty underwhelming, I'd say. I think your money is better spent elsewhere, and it's still, if you look at the graphs of this set, the value of this set, or the sealed products at least, it hasn't gone up really since ever. So yeah, I would not spend too much money on that. Then we got Battle Styles. I think it's also going to be a meh investment. This is for sure going to go up. I think it's better than Vivid Voltage investment-wise because it does have alt arts, and I can still get these at like below 140 euros, which is not bad. But it's definitely not going to spike up, I think, like Lost Origin would do, or like Fusion Strike. Certainly not Evolving Skies. So Battle Styles, meh. It's not gonna do that bad, but it's not the greatest either. Then we got Chilling Reign. I think that's a great investment. Like I said, I love the set. It's going to be a great investment probably. It has been stagnant for a while for now, but I do think it's going to go up in the future a lot more because of a lot of the chases that are in this set. I think there's only 2 or 3 alt arts less in this set than there is in Evolving Skies, so that says a lot. Then we got Evolving Skies. And I'm going to put it also in great investment. I'm not going to put this in buy now because this set already is so expensive. It's like 600 to 700 euros. Maybe if you're lucky, a little bit below that for some deals on the secondhand market. I don't know. But it's probably going to go up. But how much is it going to go up, right? I'm pretty sure it's going to go up, but how much is the question. Is this going to go and double within the next 2 years? It's hard to tell, I'd say. It's hard to tell. It's possible, but I cannot really say for sure. So I'm not going to put it in buy now. We have then Celebration. Actually, I'd say it in a meh investment. I think in time, it will do okay. pretty much because it is because it's a 25th anniversary set. If it would be a regular specialty set, it sounds weird, regular specialty set, I think it would do worse. But because it's 25th anniversary, just because of that, I do think it will do pretty okay in the future. Um, but yeah, only in the sealed products though. Some of the sealed products, there's some nice ones like the UPC. You have the ETB, Pokemon Center ETB, and some boxes as well, some exclusive boxes. But yeah, I'm not gonna put it in a good investment. I do think it's gonna do okay, like Battle Styles, for example. Then we got Fusion Strike. Again, I think this is a great investment. It's not cheap, but I do think there's a lot of potential to go up even more. And how much I even like Chilling Reign more than Fusion Strike, I do realize in Fusion Strike there's more nostalgia. Because you have the Gengar. Espeon is a second generation Pokemon. You have Mew, you have Celebi, also a second generation Pokemon. So the top chases there are all from earlier, back in the day. Chilling Reign, you have the Blaziken, third generation. Then Galarian Moltres, it's Moltres, but not really from the first generation. Then you have the Calyrex. I love those cards, but I think these Pokemon are just a tad less favorable than the ones from Fusion Strike. So I do think all three of these are very good investments, though. Then we got Brilliant Stars. I think it is a good investment, but for some reason, over the last year that I've started again with collecting, I have not really seen a increase or a big increase with this set in general. Probably the least out of all the trainer gallery sets. And I don't know why that is. Maybe it is because the Charizard is the top chase and people are still a little bit tired of Charizard. I don't know. But I don't think Brilliant Stars is going to do as well as Chilling Reign, Fusion Strike, Evolving Skies. It might do, but it's just my feeling. It's just my gut feeling. Then with Astral Radiance, this set has risen quite a bit, but it's still a sleeper set. I think still a lot of people overlook this set for the other trainer gallery cards, and I think that is going to play a role in why this is probably not going to be the best investment compared to these upper sets. I think it's going to do good. I don't think it's going to do better than these other sets or as good. Then we got Pokemon Go. Well, it depends. I'm gonna put it in I'm gonna put it in a meh investment. Some people would say better spend elsewhere, and I would sometimes agree. The only reason that I'm putting it right here is because I'm still over here seeing some crazy deals for Pokemon Go products. Like I'm talking €10 for the starter 3-pack collections. I'm talking like 60 to 65 euros for a mini tin display, which is 20 packs in a display. If you get deals like that, I think it might do okay in the future. And I still think like the pin collections with the Moltres, Zapdos, Articuno, whatever, I think those are not going to do too bad. But it's definitely not the best investment, I think. Then you got Lost Origin. I think this is a great investment too. I think the Giratina is a big reason, of course, why this set is loved so much. And I think it's probably the most popular set out of the trainer galleries, out of the trainer gallery sets. It is my least favorite out of the four, but you cannot deny the top chase here. So I think this is going to go, and this is probably going to do the best out of the four trainer gallery sets, if you ask me. I could be wrong. That's just what I think. Then we got Silver Tempest, and I think this is also a great investment just because there's still some booster boxes available also in the United States. Here you can find them at a sometimes at a pretty okay price. It depends where. Sometimes it's just a deal that you have to find. And both for Lost Origin and Silver Tempest, not only for the booster boxes, but also for some sleeve booster packs, some ETBs, they're still very cheap. So you can invest in those as well, and they're gonna go up in time eventually too. So both of these great investments, and then you have Crown Zenith. If this would have been a main set, I would have put it in buy now. But because it is not, I'm gonna put it in great investment either as well. Sorry, I'm gonna put it in great investment as well. And why is that? Because it's not at the cheapest it has been. It has been rising a bit, like steadily. The ETB is around, I don't know, you can find it around 55 to 60 euros, or sometimes I'm not less than that, like 60, even more than that. Some of the collection boxes you can maybe find for some deals, but the lowest point at which I have bought my ETBs were like under 40 euros. So then I bought them. You're not gonna find them at that price anymore. So it's a great investment still, but I don't think it's gonna go astronomical and like double in the next year or so. So you might notice I don't have any of these Sword and Shield sets in buy now. And the biggest reason for that is because we're pretty deep into Scarlet and Violet right now, which means all these sets already have seen their cheapest times. There were some great deals up until a couple of months ago, but all of these sets have basically already risen quite a bit, right? So I have not put any in buy now. If I would put one in this, I would say Crown Zenith. That's maybe a bias, but I would say Crown Zenith. If you go for one, yeah. But then we're going to go over to the third tier list. I don't know how long this video is going to be, but it's going to be pretty long, I think. This tier list is going to be which one is the most fun to open, in my opinion, and in my experience, I should say. But let's start with the first one being Sword and Shield base. I'm gonna put this in punishment. The thing is, of course, I have opened all of these sets, but not all of these sets I have opened equally as much. And Sword and Shield is probably the one that I've opened the least amount of. Maybe Champion's Path, maybe, I don't know. Maybe Champion's Path, I don't know. But I have not opened a lot of Sword and Shield, but it is not fun to open. I'm not looking forward to open that. It's not fun to open. So yeah, I'm putting it in punishment here. Then we got Rebel Clash, same thing. It's not that I had like super bad luck or anything. It's just there's not a lot of fun in opening this. Even if you get hits, you cannot really get too excited because there's not a lot of value in the set. I don't think there's any crazy arts in there. So yeah, in my opinion, that's still punishment to open. And you're gonna notice some of the like other sets you could place in punishments as well because they're tough, but they can be fun if you get some hits, right? But just that said, let's go over to Champion's Path. This is only gonna be fun, I think, if you're lucky. There's two incredible Charizard cards in there. And if you're lucky and you pull those, this is going to be a lot of fun. And if you open the ETB, I had quite a lot of fun opening the ETB. There's a nice promo card in that. But opening the packs, it was not too crazy. So it's going to be fun when you're lucky. But others, aside from that, I don't think it's not going to be too fun to open that. Darkness Ablaze, yeah, punishment. This is not fun to open in my opinion. There's a reason that's my least favorite set. Yeah, I just don't like opening that. I have opened it a couple of times, but it's not mainly for this set that I open it. Maybe it's in comparison to another set, but yeah. Then we got Vivid Voltage. I think sometimes it's fun, and that's mainly because you have the amazing rares that are possible to pull from the reverse hollow slot. And the reason that's a lot more fun is that you have possibility of 2 hits. There's not only the 1 hit in the back. The thing is also, these are yellow bordered cards, right? Usually if you see only yellow borders from the side, that means there's no pull in it, because the pulls like the Vs, the V Maxes, the full arts, the rainbows, the gold cards, those don't have the yellow borders. So if you see yellow borders, you think like, okay, I don't have anything, and you already know there's no hit in it. With these amazing rares though, these have yellow borders, so you could still pull one of these, which makes it just a little bit more fun to open, I think. Then we got Shining Fates, and I think that's pretty fun to open, just because there's quite a ton of pulls. I think the pull rate's pretty comparable to Paldean Fates from Scarlet and Violet. It's just the hits are not better. The hits are worse, but you do get quite a couple of pulls in this, which makes it pretty fun to open, I think. Then we got Battle Styles. I think sometimes it's fun. I didn't have a really bad experience with Battle Styles. I pulled some nice cards from that, even if it was not too valuable. But sometimes it was fun, I could say. Then we got Chilling Reign. Same thing here. From the main alt art sets, this is my favorite one. And I got a bit lucky with this one too. Sometimes it was abysmal. Sometimes it was fun to open. So I put it in this one. Then we got Evolving Skies. This is not a fun set to open, in my opinion. This is only fun if you're lucky, I'd say. This is only fun if you're lucky. I remember the moment that I pulled the Sylveon V Max alt art. That was a crazy moment. But that was the only pull out of that entire stack of Evolving Skies packs that I opened. And the rest of that opening was not fun when it came to Evolving Skies. So, no. I've had too many Evolving Skies openings that I've done. It's not fun to open. It's not fun to open only if you get lucky. But yeah, then we got Celebrations. I think this is pretty fun to open. There's a lot of nostalgia in it. It's a unique way to open it. There's only 4 packs, but also the experience of opening different sets in the products, mostly. It makes for a lot of variety. And I do like that kind of a lot. And we have then Fusion Strike. Same thing with Evolving Skies. I didn't have the best luck with Fusion Strike either. It's not the most fun set to open. I think it's only fun when you get lucky as well. So yeah, Evolving Skies, Fusion Strike, both on this same level here, I would say. For me, at least, for me. Some people might just like it, that it's hard to pull anything. I understand that the top chases are hard to get, but it's just hard to get any hits, any pulls out of it. And that's what I really don't like when I'm opening these. Then we got Brilliant Stars. I love opening this. It's so much fun to open. Had a bit of luck with this as well, but I don't know. There's just a lot of cards, a lot of hits, usually. And I love that. Same thing with Astral Radiance. Love opening that. Like I said, it's probably my favorite out of the Trainer Gallery sets. I love that. Both that you have the Trainer Gallery as a possibility, as well as a hit in the hollow slot. And then we got Pokemon Go. I think it's pretty fun to open. Like I said before, you have a chance to pull a Radiant. You have a chance to pull a Ditto. You have a chance to pull Rainbows, Alt Arts, Gold cards. And I think there's quite a couple of nice cards in there, to be honest. So yeah, I kind of like it to open Pokemon Go. Then we got Lost Origin. I think it's pretty fun to open, but just in my experience, it was just a little bit less fun to open than the other Trainer Gallery sets, just because, I just was not as lucky. It should be on the same level, but I was just not that lucky compared to the other sets, at least for now. I don't know if it will change in the future, but that's for now. Then we got Silver Tempests. I think it's on the same level almost as Brilliant Stars and Astral Radiance. I loved opening Silver Tempest. Sometimes I got less lucky, but in general, I do get kind of lucky with opening this set. And then Crown Zenith, this is having the time of your life. Like when I'm opening this is always fun. Opening Crown Zenith to me is always fun. You always get something. And very often you get good hits. The art is amazing in all these cards. So I think it's just that this is the time of your life when you're opening. If you're a Pokemon fan and you love Pokemon cards, there ain't no way this is no fun. You have to have some fun with Crown Zenith. So this is my tier list when it comes to the funnest sets to open. And then finally, which is something that you probably don't see a lot in tier lists, is which set is going to give you the most value when you open them, right? We don't see that very often. And we're going to start off, of course, again with Sword and Shield. I think you're always going to lose money. There's just not enough. There's just not enough of value in this set. The most valuable card, that is maybe 30, maybe 40 euros, whatever. And the booster box itself is like over 300 euros. Ain't never gonna happen. It's never gonna happen that you get your value back. Never. Even if you're very lucky, like to get your value back, you basically have to pull the best card 10 times over. There is no way. There is no way that's happening. Then we got Rebel Clash. Same thing. Like over 200, over 250 euros, and the best card 30 or 40 euros. It's not gonna happen. Never. Champion's Path, almost never gonna happen. You're only gonna get your value back if you pull the Charizard, basically. But it's almost never gonna happen, right? Then we got Darkness Ablaze. You're always losing money. It's never gonna happen either. Also, Top Chase, 25 euros. It's never gonna happen that you get your value back out of your product. Never. And then we got Vivid Voltage. It's almost never gonna happen. Like I said, the amazing rares are pretty fun to get, but there's not a lot of value in those. The only very valuable card in that is the Pikachu. So if you're lucky enough to pull the Pikachu, in addition to maybe one or two other pretty okay cards value-wise, you might get your value back, but it's probably never gonna happen, right? Then we got Shining Fates. Same thing here. Fun to open. A lot of baby shinies. You have some amazing rares here too. Some full arts. But the only real value is in the Charizard. So if you're able to pull the Charizard, yes, you're gonna get your value back a couple of times over even. But without the Charizard, you'll have to pull like a couple of Suicunes in an ETB to get your money back. So it's probably never gonna happen. Then we're gonna get to Battle Styles. Same thing. I think like it's a cheaper. It's not the most expensive box, but the only real value here is in the alt arts and maybe the gold card of Houndoom. But even then, like the only way you're gonna get your money back is probably when you pull the T-Tar alt art in combination with some golds, rainbows maybe, or maybe the Rapid Strike Urshifu and maybe another alt art or some gold cards. I don't know. It's probably never gonna happen. Then we got Chilling Reign. Same thing. These alt art sets are probably all gonna be here. Chilling Reign, same thing. Over 200 euros for a booster box. And the Top Chase right now over here, I think is like around that price, the Blaziken. So if you happen to pull that card, yeah. But any other cards, it's not gonna happen. Or you have to pull multiple alt arts. It's probably never gonna happen. Evolving Skies, same thing. The only card that can give you your value back in a booster box, that is, it's gonna be the Umbreon. Chances of that happening are negligible. And maybe in some other products, it could happen if you pull another alt art, but still, pulling an alt art out of 10 packs or so is it's pretty unlikely, right? Then we got celebrations. I'm gonna put this one in meh value just because you do get quite a couple of hits, but there's not a lot of cards with a lot of value. You have the Charizard, by far the most valuable one. You got the Gold Mew that has some value. You got the Gold Star Umbreon that is just a little bit above 10 euros, I think. Then you got a Rayquaza, is not too bad. But besides those cards, there's not too much value in it. Maybe if a little bit lucky, you can get some value out of it, but yeah. Then you got Fusion Strike. Same thing here. We're gonna put it in. It almost never gonna happen. It's almost never gonna happen. You must be extremely lucky to get your value back. The only way to get it back for sure is getting the Gengar or the Espeon in the booster box. In other products, like I said, maybe some other alt arts, but that's basically the only way. Then you got Brilliant Stars. I think there's okay value in it. On average, it's probably not going to happen that you get your value back from the product, but it could happen if you're a bit lucky. But in average, you're going to pull at least a bit of value out of your product, I think, in general. Same thing with Astral Radiance as well. On average, you do pull quite a couple of valuable cards, even though it's probably not going to be the value of the sealed product that you bought, except if you're really lucky. But even then, like, the Machamp is less valuable than the booster box, so it's probably not going to happen either, but you still are going to get some value out of it, more often than not. Then you get Pokemon Go. I think it's the same thing here. Okay value. Because the products are still very cheap, you can get your value back sometimes. Like if you pull the Rainbow Mewtwo or the Altar Mewtwo, you sometimes get close to the product value maybe. But you can also pull multiple cards, like if you combine that with the Radiant Charizard, or maybe a Ditto, a Gold, a Rainbow. It could happen. It could happen. It's just not very likely, but you will probably get some value out of it. Lost Origin, same thing. Same thing here. And the same reasoning for Brilliant Stars and Astral Radiance. There's a similar value in the trainer gallery sets and the other sets and the other cards, except for like the Giratina. If you pull the Giratina, of course, you have more value than the product that you open. Some of the other products might do that as well if it's not the booster box, but yeah, at least you will get some value out of it, I think. And the same thing goes for Silver Tempest as well. Yeah, even if you pull the of course, the booster box of Silver Tempest is still cheaper than Lost Origins, so with the Lugia, you will get the value out of your booster box back, and maybe with some other products, it's enough to pull something else as well, or a combination of multiple cards. And then Crown Zenith. This is going to be the only one that sometimes could come close, or in general, maybe come close to the sealed value. Not exactly. Like between sometimes halfway there and 2/3 of the way there of the value. But this is a leap above the rest. A leap above the rest on average. Like if you're opening 1,000 packs of all these sets, I'm pretty sure you get the most value out of Crown Zenith. I'm pretty sure you get the most value out of Crown Zenith. I've even done a video where I showed you how much money I pulled, of how much value I pulled out of all the packs, and it was a lot more than I expected. It was not as much as I spend on the product, but it was not that far off, in my opinion. And it might not, it probably does not surprise you that I don't put anything in open this, because there is no set in general that is going to give you your value back. In general, it could happen, but if you look in general, it's probably not going to happen. If you open 1,000 packs of each of these sets, ain't no way that you get your value back of the product that you bought, let's say. So yeah, guys, this was probably a very long video. I don't even know how long it is, but it's probably very long. It feels very long. I hope you find it enjoyable, these tier lists. Let me know again what you think in the comment section down below. Do you agree, disagree? What does your tier list look like in either of these? Let me know in the comment section down below. I'm really curious to see your opinions on this. Thanks again, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share the video. Also, don't forget to check out some of my other openings on the channel. Maybe some videos like these. Let me know if you want me to do that from Scarlet and Violet in the future when that era is at an end. I might do that. But yeah, that's going to be it. Thank you so much, guys. See you guys next time. Bye.